Good morning and welcome to day 4 of our Discover Tea Sew Along. Today we'll be sewing the neckband and we'll be sewing the side seams, and the only thing left to do tomorrow is to hem the sleeves and the bottom, or if you've added the waistband and cuffs, you'll be doing that tomorrow. Before we start sewing today, you need to do two things with your iron. One will be to hem a memory hem like we did for the sleeves on the bottom, so before we get started to sewing the side seams. Memory hem for front and back, and you also need to go ahead and press your neckband like so, on fold it wrong sides together lengthwise and give it a good press. So let's start with the side seams. With the right sides together, match your sleeves at the armpit. Then make sure they're matched at the collar blocking part. And then I match them at the bottom. And I'll put one more pin throughout, just to keep it from rolling mainly. And then match the sleeve at the top. And we're going to be sewing this side seam like so, with a 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. Sometimes what I like to do on my sewing machine, go ahead and use a triple stretch stitch to reinforce the armpit seam, because my kids are pretty rough with their clothes, and I feel like after a good time of wearing it, it tends to unravel at the armpit. So if you want to avoid that and reinforce it, I would suggest putting like a triple stretch stitch 1.5 inches just at the armpit. That's like one of the things that I do. Alright, so we're going to repeat the same thing for the other side. Match the armpit and the collar blocking. And then the bottom. And one clip here. And let's do this. Beautiful. This is the front, this is the back. It does look like a shirt now, right? So let's add the neckband. Before we do that, I'm gonna go ahead and find the 1/4 point of the neck opening. So what I like to do, I place it wrong sides together like so, matching the shoulder seams, just to first find the center of the back and then the center of the front, and then I come on one side together like so and find the 1/4 point, which is this one. The 1/4 point is not at the shoulder seam, so don't get that confused. And I'm adding 2 pins here on each side. Okay, so my neck opening is now quartered. Alright, set that aside for now. And let's work with the neckband. With the right sides together, form a loop by sewing it with a 1/4 inch seam. Beautiful. Fold it back. That's why it's good to have it pressed before you sew it, not after. It's gonna make folding it super easy. And I'm marking the center back with a pin. Center back will be at the seam. So now we find the 1/4 marks the way we did before. So center back, without pulling it, without stretching it. This is my center front. And now I bring those two together like so in order to find the 1/4 points. Alright, this is my neckband, this is my opening. So I'm going to come with my neckband on top of my fabric and match the 1/4 points, making sure that the back seam is at the back piece. Or if anything, if you want to put the back seam at one of the shoulders, randomly which one, that's fine too. Just don't put the back seam on the front. I'm sure most of us have done it before. It's not the end of the world, but it's preferable to not see that seam. So I'm just matching the 1/4 points right now and putting it in place with the raw edges aligned. The neckband is smaller, usually 85–90% of the opening of the neckline. So it will look something like this. So now you slightly stretch your neckband to fit the opening, and I like to put one more pin in the center when I stretch it. So I'll have a total of like 8 pins all around. Stretch only the neckband, do not stretch your shirt. This will make it lay nice and flat. If your neckband is too large, then it will stand out. If your neckband is too small, you'll have a lot of puckering from excessive stretching. When your neckband is just right, it will lay nice and flat on the neckline. Alright, so it will be like this, and I'm going to sew it down with a 1/4 inch seam allowance, making sure that the raw edges are aligned. You'll be sewing through 3 layers of fabric right now. Your neckband is now attached. All you have left to do right now is to top stitch it down using either a zigzag stitch, a cover stitch, twin needles, whatever you prefer, to top stitch your neckband down. I'll use my cover stitch for this step. You work from the right side of the fabric. If you want to do like a decorative cover stitch that will show the stitches, that you want to use like a contrasting thread, you'll work the other way. But regularly you work with the right side of the fabric up. And that's it. This is the last sewing step for today. Like always, go ahead and give your neckband and side seams a good press and a good steam. Snap a picture of today's progress and post it in the day 4 photo comments of the Sew Along album in the Backstitch Backroom. This way you will be qualified to for the drawing for our amazing prizes. And tomorrow we will be sewing the hem on both the sleeves and the bottom. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.